Greetings. Welcome back to another cup of conversation with me, Nidra Simmons. I have a few things I want to talk about. So it's a cup of conversation and possibly some food for thought. I want to talk about how people get misunderstood and they don't get to know a person for themselves. I know you're probably saying, well, you talked about this before. Yeah, I have. I talked about this before. But I just wanted to talk about how, there's people out there that try their best to do the best that they know how. And there's people out there that went through a whole bunch of things that others don't know about. And God speaks to just more than one person. God is awesome like that. He can be everywhere, all at one place at one time. Everybody can talk to him. All they got to do, or her, mother, father, God. All you have to do is just take the time to have a conversation with God. And he hears everybody. She hears everybody. Mother, father, universe, whatever you want to call God. And I was sitting here thinking, I was like, well, you know what? I want to help people. So I had shared with you all last year that, during this time too, but what had happened to me last year was that a lot of the internet, I don't know what you call them, bots or fake generated people that's out there, I'll call them eyes, okay? Because they may not have any good intentions for you, but you may have something that gravitated to those eyes. That's why I always say you're always being watched, whether it's through visual being watched or if someone hears you, you're in someone's thought process, mind, all right? So what I wanted to talk about was how innocent people who may not know that they're gifted get triggered. Or, sorry, that's not the right word. They get triggered. But the ones that are gifted and they may not know that they're gifted, they get got, one might say. In other words, your attention, you have caught the attention of somebody out there. Now, whether they have good intentions towards you or not is I can't tell you what the case is. But I think that you all need to get to know individuals for themselves. And if you are trying to get something from somebody and not get anything in return, then you might want to check yourself, because karma is real. So if you have bad intentions on people, you need to be careful, because karma does not have any particular name, creed, race, religion, or anything like that. If you do something bad to somebody, it's like a boomerang. It's going to come back. It'll come back to you, or it'll come back to somebody in your family. So you want to be careful and try to try to sow good seeds and not do anything negative or bad that will cause you problems in the end. I have a call coming in, so I'm hoping that you guys can still hear me. Okay, but I also wanted to talk about how, the internet, when you start communicating with people, you don't hear no voices. You're just talking on the internet. And a lot of people can get the wrong perception of what you're trying to say or who you really are. So for those who are out there trying to find people on the internet to tag, you need to be careful, because you don't want to mess with God's chosen ones. God is a God of love, but God is a God of wrath too. And I just advise y'all just to be careful out there. I also want to talk about famous rich people, because I think, everybody has humble beginnings in the beginning, but money can turn people into negative people. People tend to forget where they come from. So if you are rich and famous and you meet someone that's not rich and famous, and you need a reality check at how it is to get it from the mud, how about you have a conversation and ask them that first before you start trying to come with assumptions. Everybody don't want your money. You know, God put people in people's lives for a reason, time and season. So, you know, sometimes God put people in your life to help you. If you let money be the root of your evil, or cause you to be evil, then you're going to miss out in the long run. I am a strong believer that everything happens for a reason. And I do believe that God placed people in people's lives to teach or to help or to bring up. Even if you already at that high status and you have someone that's not, and then God put y'all together, then it could be for a reason. So don't let money cause you to miss out on a blessing that God had placed in your life. So I hope I said something that was helpful. Until next time, peace.